march. Hey, we gotta get through that. There's no road.
Pull yourself together. If this is all it takes to wear you out, we're in trouble.
Yeah, well, I don't wear out the bed.
Boom, 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 boom. Money, funny, and dull. Welcome back to N+1 channel. This is Carl. This is episode 5 of Let's Play Lost Odyssey. We are here with Kaim. There we go. That's our guy. And actually, I guess the supporting characters, which at this point are Seth and Jansen. We don't have a last name for Jansen at this point. I guess they're in my pocket. So that's kind of funny. Old JRPGs did this thing where pretty much you just had your main character model, and the other characters disappear until they just show up in the cutscenes. A little disappointed that this game does that. You know, it actually requires me to suspend belief a little bit about it. But that's okay. Well, this is quite rare. Running into travelers in a place like this. Hey, it's shopkeeper Barkus. If you're going on a journey, then you're sure lucked out. You've sure lucked out into running me into me. Haha, I've just got some new wares in stock. So take a look at what I have to offer. Beyond the Great Gate is a dangerous region infested with monsters. You'd best be prepared if you're traveling through there. From equipment to medicine, I've got everything you need. All right, so what kind of money do I have? I have 785 gold. All right, so yeah, we've got angel plumes, and I have a feeling I'm gonna need more. You know, I can't remember what the element of that enemy I'm going to run into is going to be. So I'll buy one of each. That'll maybe save us a little bit. We'll buy one angel's plume. Actually, we'll buy two. And, you know, berserker necklace, increased magic. You know, I should have done that. Okay, cool. Let's see what we can sell. You know, I'm actually... all right. Screw it. I can get those later. I run a small and humble shop in the city of Uhra. If you're in need of medicine or such, pay me a visit. I think you'll be quite happy with what you'll find. All right. Well, thank you, shopkeeper Barkus. Led us to embark on our journey. What is this? Oh, that purple thing is the shopkeeper on the map. Okay. All right, so it's time to meet up with our ragtag team. Now, it's interesting because your world map actually starts off like a world map, which is like destination points. But later on, like way later, we're talking, you know, tens of hours later, you get the ability to convey yourself over the actual physical geometry of the world. So we're gonna go to the Ipsilon Mountains, and it's actually a good little distance through the Ipsilon Mountains, but we get a lot of story out of it too. So I'm kind of excited. There's some really interesting interactions. Yeah, I like the way that they kind of show you the preview of the area. It gets quite snowy there. Almost reminds me of Mount Gagazet towards the top from Final Fantasy X, which maybe I'll do, you know, another Final Fantasy besides 7 on the channel. 7's pretty evergreen. In terms of, like, what people search for.
Quick, easy bug. I just gotta follow him. This is like a death march. Hey, we gotta get through that. There's no road.
Pull yourself together. If this is all it takes to wear you out, we're in trouble.
Yeah, well, I don't wear out in bed.
Once we get through here, there's the Ipsilon range. Those mountains are steep and rugged. The weather is unpredictable. And since the ground is unstable, we have to be on the lookout for rock slides, too. Of course, I expect to see you take a tumble into the canyon before we see any rocks doing it.
Yeah, funny. You know, Lord Gongora was saying you have a problem with your memory, right? I mean, you sure know these mountains well enough. And of course, you know you shave your legs every day and you pluck your eyebrows. And you owe me money, so I'm confused. You sure you really don't remember?
My body remembers.
What?
There was a time when I used to rush through here. I was a pirate, and supposedly I also went through these mountains. But I just don't know what the truth is. I don't have any answers.
Huh. Well, what about you? Did anyone tell you what you once were?
No.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Well, since you're so upbeat and happy, I doubt if anyone will remember you.
That's fine with me.
Oh?
My body also remembers.
How so?
Just that it was painful. If I happen to remember, and my past didn't amount to much, then I think it's probably better to have never remembered.
Oh yeah, that's smart.
Kaim, there's no need to rush it. Your memories will come back gradually. And they're not all bad.
What? No breaks?
You
what do you
just
call
had
that?
one.
Yeah, you
how
just
about
had
some
one.
water? A little fruit. How about a foot massage? My feet don't stink. Kaim, you up for that? Hello?
Jansen does fill in the much-needed role in a JRPG for comedic relief. Oh, listen to that music. I hope you can hear that loud and clear, because, oh, I'm grooving off it already. Alright, what are we looking for? Hidden items anywhere off the beaten path. Oh yeah, random battles. Cool. We actually get a chance to use some magic now. And we see our party members. Oh, what are these things called? Hey, look, the enemy's got a little formation going. In a formation, the front row provides a defensive wall for the back row. So any damage inflicted on enemies' back row is reduced. Alright, so... Oh yeah, it's a Kalolon. And those things are actually in Blue Dragon too, which is really neat. You can see how tight the front row's defense is with this. Guard condition, GC. And yeah, it shows you at the top left, top right. Top right is our party's guard condition, which is 680. And theirs is 140. The gauge on the upper left-hand corner, yeah, I just said that actually. Okay. Guard condition is made up of the total HP of the front row. Excuse me. By attacking the enemies in the front row, you can reduce their guard condition. Easy enough, right? Get rid of the enemies in the front row, and the back row will start losing their defense. Which, Jansen, by the way. Hey, that's not it at all. Jansen's actually in the back row. He's our main magic guy. He's kind of a support character. So yeah, the guard condition has gone down. The higher the guard condition, the less damage you can cause to the enemies in the back row. When the guard condition reaches 0, any damage inflicted will no longer be reduced. I'll be in the back, so guard me well, alright? They're so adorable. There we go. Now down to the back row. Why do I only have attack in my menu? Oh, look, they're casting a spell. Here's a little hint for you. See the action order display on the bottom? They're top of the bottom left. Yep. Well, you punched out the guy who was trying to cast a spell, right? That extended the amount of time he needs to pull off that spell. It's called casting interference. If you manage to cause enough interference, you can even keep the spell from popping off until the next turn. Well, enough talk, I'd say. Let's take care of this rabble. I cannot seem to clear my throat. Yeah, Jansen is not a physical attacker. I'm gonna have to see why my menus are so bare, though. Because I do not have the ability to pick items or anything. Unless that was because that was a tutorial battle. I can't remember if this game... nope. I can't remember if this game requires you to, like, equip your menus. I don't think so. Oh, hey, look, a hidden path right over here. Go grab them. What's in the pots? Probe them. All right, we got a mana herb. Wait, okay, I was gonna say, how do I get to the other one? And ground obtained. Now, I actually think that that's a spell. And I do vaguely remember that you can actually miss some spells in the game. All right. Let's see if we actually have menus this time, like full menus.
Oh yeah! Let's get it on!
All right, and we have some non-cololins. Oh yeah, actually I remember. Yeah, here we go. Cool. So Kaim hasn't learned any magic yet. And I can't remember what he's good for. Are you in the front row? All right, cool. So that's the readout that you got there. And have her attack, I don't know, the cliffhanger. And spell, black magic, wind flare on the bird. Because I'm pretty sure that ground won't actually do anything on the bird since it's in the air. Perfect. I remember that plant doing some kind of status effect too, I think. Oh, yeah, there we go. And that damage up actually indicates that I had used its elemental weakness. Yeah, that didn't do crap. Okay. Wait. Skill, steal. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see if we can steal items. Now, I know a lot of people don't like turn-based battle systems these days, which I think is a shame. Hey, skill linker. Cool. Kaim learned level 1 white magic. Seth learned level 1 black magic, and Jansen learned level 2 black magic. So the different spells actually have an associated level. So you can actually have varying spells, but if you don't have the level of that type of magic, you can't cast it. So we're gonna actually go ahead and we're gonna change skill links. Yeah, all right, we're gonna change that to black magic, and then we're gonna go to Seth. And we're going to skill link her, and she's going to learn white magic. The goal being that we want everyone to kind of have the same set of abilities by the time we get to our first boss, which I don't think is very far, actually. If I remember correctly, it's at the top of this mountain, but I may not remember correctly, to be honest. Flare bomb. Oh, wow, I didn't even need to waste my money on it. That's all right. What do we get here? Slot seed. Oh. Slot seeds. Yes. Holy cow. There are slot seeds hidden everywhere, and those are actually really valuable items. They give you extra slots. I'm trying to think of what the slots are used for. I think they're used for being able to equip individual abilities. And I think that the only way that you can actually... I think you can only use them on the Immortals. Let's see here. Skill slots. Okay, yeah. So you actually have to set those. And you see I only have 3 slots. So with the slot seeds, you can actually increase your individual slots and actually have more abilities. So the fact that they're missable is kind of frustrating. They're not. The early ones aren't hidden too badly. And I think that there's trophies. Or not trophies. Ha! I'm coming from the PlayStation world lately. There's achievements actually associated with that. Also, there's DLC for this game that I don't think I ever bought, and I should, for this Let's Play series, towards the end, I should really go ahead and get that DLC before, like, Microsoft servers go down or something. It won't be too long now, right? The original Xbox servers have been dead for a while. We've now arrived at Ipsilon Mountains near the Mountain Hut. And that's actually that's a subject I want to touch on a video series that I'm going to be bringing out called Beyond Binary, where I'll talk about different issues in the gaming industry. And you know, digital content, hooray, right? I mean, you know, you don't have to have all these discs lying around. But the other side of it is that, well, once content is no longer available, well, how do you get it, right? Like if you can't download it again, or your system goes down or whatever, you don't have access to it. And I think that that's a really important thing for us as gamers to discuss. The implications of that being that some content is effectively lost forever unless it gets emulated and cracked. But with these complex encryption, you know, with the complexity of encryption these days, it's actually possible that some of these games may never become emulated. And if they're never emulated in those, oh yeah, continue. In fact, actually, all right, so let me stop what I was saying there. So the fact that I had continue there, okay. He just hit me. That's going to interfere with my casting a bit. Oh, I had my finger off the controller. All right, so that was the casting interference that I was talking about. Did I actually pick attack with him? I'm such a jerk. Whatever. Let's just do it. But yeah, I mean, I'm going to discuss it at some point on the channel.
That was close.
But, you know, DLC and digital content, I'm all for digital distribution. But there's a point where something becomes unobtainable. And unless it gets preserved, which is actually why I'm a fan of emulation, right? I actually don't really like emulation for piracy reasons. I want to see video games actually archived and preserved, because there's a point where, you know, obviously Xbox 360s aren't made anymore. And I just read actually yesterday that the PlayStation 3 is being discontinued. And so once those game systems are gone, well, if they're never cracked and they're never emulated, then games get lost to time. And I'm sure that a lot of publishers don't mind that reality. But I also think that it's a tragedy, right? It's a tragedy if we can't actually preserve these works of art, right? So video games are not just, you know, hey, let's watch Mario run and jump, but we have these complex stories like in Lost Odyssey that once they're gone and unplayable, aside from maybe series like this, no one's going to really be able to experience it. And that's why I'm actually really disappointed to see that progress on the original Xbox for emulation is effectively dead in the water, right? A lot of people say that there aren't that many good games on the original Xbox, and they're wrong. It actually had this amazing library of interesting games, like games that you can't get on any other platform, like Panzer Dragoon Orta, Otogi, which Otogi was made by From Software and shares some gameplay similarity a tiny bit with the later Dark Souls series. It had some of the best graphics on the platform.
Waste of time.
I was a pretty big fan of Mech Assault 2 on the system. And then games like Advent Rising, which, you know, weren't popular, but were also kind of cult classics, right? Those won't be able to be played. Well, no, that's not true, because that game actually is also available on PC. And luckily, the infrastructure for preserving PC games is a lot more complex. And actually, thankfully, a bit to piracy, you know, PC games will probably get preserved very well. Hey, that looks like a thing. No, seriously, that looks like an entrance. What can I do? Can I really not go in there? Alright, well, whatever. Anyway, let me stop that rant, because we're talking about Lost Odyssey. I want to make sure that this game is always playable. Oh, and actually, something that I do appreciate Microsoft for is that they have invested a bit more in backwards compatibility than Sony, right? So the original PlayStation 3 models, except for the 20 gigabyte, were backwards compatible with PlayStation 2 discs. But the PlayStation 4 maintains zero backwards compatibility with PlayStation 3 titles And it's unfortunate because what that means is as we continue forward, these previous generations of games are no longer going to be playable. I feel like I'm being a little repetitive here. I want to convince you. I'll come with a more cogent argument in the future.
What a waste of time.
You're a waste of time. Oh, wait. Did I change up their skill acquisitions? I think they actually had... There's a lot of micromanagement in this game, to be 100% honest with you. Alright, cool. So we got Black Magic and Crisis Defense Boost, which we need that. And set White Magic there. What's your skill link look like? You've already learned that. Let's learn that level 2 Black Magic. And let's also have you learn that level 2 Black Magic. I'm not really big on the whole steal thing. I mean, you can get good items, right? It's definitely something that is good to have eventually, but I don't believe I need it at this point, and I still have Jansen, so it's not like I'm running out of the ability to do that. Welcome to our new home. So glad we moved in.
Hey, I want to ask a favor. I'm just going to ask this once, okay? Will you listen?
All right already. What do you want?
Whining. Okay. Is that all you can say? Can't we just rest in that hut over there?
All you do is complain, complain, complain.
I'm not like you two. I'm a normal human being.
What should we do?
All right, let's rest.
Thank you.
His self-expression is amusing to me. I mean, they conveniently placed this building to where you have to go into it anyway. All right, so welcome to the Ipsilon Mountains Mountain Hut. Did it? Where's it? I'm trying to get to the save point. There we go. Yes, I would like to save. We leveled up a bit. We learned a lot of cool skills. We had a heart-to-heart talk about DLC and digital content. I think we are off to a good start, and I want to thank you so much for joining me today for episode 5 of Let's Play Lost Odyssey. I know this episode's a little bit shorter, but a ton of stuff is about to go down, and I don't want to split that dialogue between episodes because I actually feel like it's really important to have, related sequences. If I can remember them, if I'm aware of them or whatever. So, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and like it. If you didn't enjoy this video, go ahead and dislike it. If you have anything to say about my Let's Play or some of the things I talk about or just this game, if you want to just express your love for this game, please do that, right? This is a great game. It's brilliant. If you haven't subscribed and you're enjoying this series or you're enjoying any other series, go ahead and subscribe. I'm always going to make content, right? I mean, I think I've only got 158 subscribers right now. It's not a lot of subscribers, although it's a decent amount, right? I mean, it's not like, it's not under 100, but it's not 200, it's not 1,000, and I've got a couple buddies on YouTube, they've exceeded those numbers. I'd like to see that eventually, but I think I also need to make better, more compelling content and have better production values to really hit those numbers. But who knows? Maybe, it's not just enough to do Let's Plays these days, it seems, because there's so many people out there doing it. That's why I keep bringing out videos, I keep bringing out content. I actually let this channel sit for a year without uploading anything. And by some miracle, actually, the channel didn't die. For whatever reason, my Dark Souls 2 videos that I did back in 2015 were just really that popular and kind of kept this channel afloat. So we got something like 430 videos on the channel right now. Hitting 500 is not unrealistic, and hitting 500 in the next couple of weeks is not unrealistic given how quickly I record. So, hey, go ahead and subscribe. Let's keep doing the thing. And I'll see you next time. Later.